Good morning, it's Thursday and we're off to the Falkirk Wheel and what they call Kelpies. The Kelpies. Giant horses, metal horses. Ooh. Hi there, I'm Colin Begg.
And I'm Christine.
And together we are the Begg Family Antics. We now have a web shop available at beggfamily.uk/shop. We're on an evil charger. Charge your car using the CYC card, not a credit card.
I sort of remember reading something. Get there before 10 o'clock, it's free. But that might be just something in my head.
But you might well be right, because there's nothing stopping us. We think we got to free go. Just walking down to the main building here. Might well have changed it since we were here. I mean, the buildings and things.
I think it
Wow. Right, yeah. Mask on time. We call this Urban Wolves. This is the boat we'll be going on, I think. And there is the wheel.
YouTube when that's distance enough.
Thank you, yeah. One way down. Got bow thrusters, and we're heading into the bottom part of the wheel. Fastened forward bow. Another boat coming in with us. There's now two boats on. Hungry, Christine.
Take you up onto the field, sail you the 10 minutes down the aqueduct, through the Rough Castle Tunnel to South Basin, we'll turn and come back down again. Normally I would give you all safety talk, I would talk about the wheel, coming back down I would talk about the field, the scenery. I mean, I don't know what the scenery will be like today, because normally you can see up to 60 miles away. I might come soon, it's not bad, there's social distancing, there's not a busy boat, so I might come back on and ask anybody if they've got any questions or things like that coming back down the way again. So what we're going to do, we're going to play our safety talk on the audio. Once that stops and we're at the top, just before we leave to sail along, we're going to put the audio on again, and that'll tell you all about the field and why it's here and about the history and bits and pieces. And like I say, I'll come back on, so if anybody's got any questions, just ask.
We're moving. The greenery now. That one's going down. That one's going up. And the gate stays round the port, we're going round it. There's the middle. Arrived. The gate's been opened and one or other of those two boats is going to go first, I think. The other boat's going first. Lawrence.
We'll be up here 27 metres above our starting point on the Forth and Clyde Canal. We're now moving at 4 miles an hour over the reinforced concrete aqueduct. There's just over 100 metres between here and the tunnel, dead ahead of us. We'll go right through that and turn around before heading back and taking a look at the view that's right behind you now. You might have noticed that there are 2 tourist boats in service at the exact own weight in water. The amount of water that moves out of the way to make room for us is equal in weight to the boat itself. That might sound thin, holds 250 tons of water. When our boat other gondola will also weigh exactly 250 tons as well. We are evenly balanced with them. And that means that it only takes a tiny bit of energy to get us moving around the central core of the wheel. We're balancing each other out. So while you might have 15 species of mollusks, over 30 types of water flea, and even freshwater sponges, plus the ducks and swans. It's been known for fish to swim into the gondola at the bottom and travel up to the...
In the tunnel now.
West to the River Forth and the North Sea in the east. And the addition of the Union Canal, that's the one we're sailing on now, in 1822 meant Glasgow and Edinburgh were linked by waterways. This all meant that unprecedented amounts of trade were now possible, not only between Glasgow and Edinburgh, but also with the rest of Northern Europe and the world. In the 1830s, 200,000 people each year travelled between the two cities.
7 hours of swift passenger boats.
Any slow-moving vessels that refused to give way. Getting between the two canals still required the use of a lock system though. A few kilometres to the east of here, there was a flight of 11 canal locks with a fall of just over 3 metres each.
Florence on the way back. Both of us just turning us round.
And make your way 6 kilometres east along the canal path to see the Kelpies. Too majestic. Today we run our boats on diesel. Compared to days gone by, it means there's no horseways left by the side of the canal towpath anymore. And we can now travel faster and in almost all weathers too. Our starting point, 35 metres.
2 locks though.
This then runs as far as Edinburgh, which, if you were to say 22 million visits a year to our canals, with people enjoying the towpaths, walkers, joggers and cyclists alike. On the water, people enjoy canoeing, kayaking, and canal boat holidays are increasingly popular.
Welcome on board.
Puts it best.
We came up with a practical, physical solution to the problem of how to link the two canals together. But we were driven by both the practical and the aesthetic. We wanted to create something sculptural that would give a sense of movement and rotation. Our wheel has some of the enduring qualities of a timepiece, precision engineering and intrinsic beauty, metal curves and movement in one composition.
Wonder why we went to the trouble of creating the Falkirk Wheel. You'll remember that the two canals had fallen into a state of disrepair in the late 20th century, and they weren't used for transporting goods or people anymore, and towpaths restored. There were also 35 new bridges and 5 kilometres of new canal. A solution was needed, hence the Falkirk Wheel. Not only does it link the two waterways, but it gives us a chance to celebrate Scottish design and ingenuity once again. Okay, as we're coming towards the end of our time on this level, I just have time to share some of the facts and figures of the Falkirk Wheel with the weight of 100 elephants. And it does all that in just 5 minutes, using the power of a few electric kettles. Amazing strength. And now you visited too, and ridden this unique part of the Scottish landscape. Perhaps we should leave the last word for the time being to the wheel's designer, Tony Kettle.
The Falkirk Wheel appears to lift its head and take toast of Scotland and says, "Scotland is whole once more." The wheel reverberates with the strength and passion, the vision and the imagination that have underpinned the very best of Scottish culture since the 1700s. And, more importantly, it stands at
just crossing the centre now. There's the centre tube. They put the fans on, which is clearing the windows a lot.
I think he was as shocked as we were.
Yeah. There it goes. There goes Florence. Bye. Now it's our turn. Spinning round and backing in. Cool. Shame it's not open. There goes Florence off down the next canal. Which one is it? Yeah, Florence is in the Forth and Clyde Ship Canal, made in the 1700s. Closed in 1963 and reopened in 2001. Christine's got a new bike. Where should we go, darling?
Anywhere you like.
Wow, that's got the Kelpies.
Okay.
Here they are from the car park. We're going to walk up there now. We've just arrived at the visitor centre. And outside are these baby ones. Perfect. The real cafe is closed, so we're having our coffee and cake from here and taking it back to the car. Just in sight of the Kelpies still. We found a new deluxe way to have tea and coffee in the rain. And a new use for me charge cards. They're very good at cutting cake in half. Yeah, at the end of that trip we're up to 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour since the Falkirk Wheel and